Hello, Louie and Dave.
We're back with another Solvey video, and we're really excited about it.
And we have new members to our team.
We are a group of 16-year-olds from Ontario, Canada.
We are one.to.three, a youth-run organization focusing on making a better world by ensuring every person knows how to and has the ability to grow their own food.
Some may say this is impossible, too unrealistic.
But we know we can do this.
That's why this group is made of youth who are involved because
We want to change more than anyone.
and we have the hope and care to move mountains.
Create a movement. We want to be productive in helping our neighbor. Because if we don't, things will become worse. Our future depends on it. We've done tons of research and discovered that there is a serious problem with our food system, and we want to change that.
Our global population will increase exponentially. Already, 1 in 9 people have experienced chronic hunger.
Rather than dealing with the problem, corporations like Monsanto have created technologies like pesticides and GMO seeds, saying that they will stop hunger and help grow foods through droughts and crop failure due to climate change. When in fact these technologies are A, not working, and B, they have huge negative effects. They defy nature. Possible effects of GMOs are reproductive sterilization and tumors. Right now, the only way GMOs are regulated are by corporations who create them, and the trials are for only 90 days. Companies have no right to own our seeds. Pesticides also pose huge environmental, economic, and health risks. Pesticides kill beneficial insects such as bees, which are very, very important. They also kill important microorganisms in the soil and poison our waters. And people wonder why cancer is on the rise. Soil is rapidly dying and eroding because we don't treat it properly. Farmers spray chemicals for a short-term, large harvest. Monoculture, which means growing the same crop species in a large area, has resulted in huge deforestation, destroying natural carbon sinks that are needed. There is no more biodiversity either, which means when a disease comes that is specific to one crop, it can wipe out a whole field. This means no food because there are no other crops being grown today.
Now we have climate change to deal with as well. Industrial agriculture emits almost 25% of all carbon emissions.
Bigger is not better, smaller is smarter.
If people came to understand that no matter where they are, they can grow food, it is empowering. It starts with learning. Our short-term plan is to create a model of youth sustainability in our town of Minden Hills based on gardens we develop at Nature's Place and hosting talks every other week for youth to discuss environmental issues. We have had help from local community members as well. The idea of growing your own food undermines the corporate, money-based food system of today. It undermines the use of bioengineered and coated seeds, pesticides, monoculture, and the idea that the production of food is a business. It means fresh, very local, healthy, safe food. Within our garden, youth will learn the importance of growing food and working with nature, not against it. We want to promote growing food by following agroecological principles. This simply means working with nature to create bountiful harvests. It means taking into account biodiversity by not just planting one crop. It's about nourishing the soil with compost so you don't need fertilizer. We try our best to follow agroecological practices in our garden. Our produce will be our food and any excess will be preserved.
As we work, we will document our process and learn from our successes and mistakes because that is what life is about. Creating a website that allows like-minded youth environmentalists to connect allows us to create a community of young people that can make big change. 1-2-3 groups like ours can spread all over and register on our website, almost like a social media that focuses on connecting people who want to make change through growing food, to empower them and step away from corporate and government pressure to live within their means and not think they need to be bigger and better, something we know does not work.
Our long-term goal is to focus our movement on banning GMOs and pesticides, just like 38 other countries have. We want to spread our movement by promoting our grow your own food model in Canada and eventually the world.
Our name says 1-to-3, meaning connecting the first world to the third world. We cannot focus on the first world and improve it while not focusing on other parts of the world. We want to start a collective research institute where farmers can test and learn natural practices that defy GMOs, monoculture, pesticides, and other agro-industrial practices to prove that they work in third world scenarios and harsh climates. We feel multinational companies have found these technologies that can make money and have forced these on third world farmers.
What we want to do is teach the farmers sustainable practices that work. Will we figure out these practices in our own countries like the corporations? No, we want to do it in their country with them. We were thinking, okay, so how should we help this problem in third world countries? Well, we didn't know, which is a good thing because we want to go and find out what they need and develop it at the research location by following agroecological practices.
We want the school to also act like a co-op as well. This co-op will allow farmers to pool their produce to be sold in a market fairly with no competition, where everyone involved gets the same payout that's equivalent to the percentage of what they put forward in the pool to sell. This school will also help farmers to have access to organic indigenous seeds, sustainable equipment such as drip irrigation, by allowing the farmers to pay into a co-op. This means that there are no loans, which in today's system have resulted in many farmer suicides.
We will also help them protect their seeds that have worked for centuries through drought and infestations. We will also incorporate old agricultural practices that have worked and will work again. What we need is the funding and the connections to create our first school to help the suffering farmers that are not allowed to grow food the way that they have for centuries. It's all about experimenting and learning together rather than forcing an idea or product on them. Hopefully these schools will spread throughout the world and they can also be mirrored in the first world as well.
They will have traditional agricultural practices we can learn from. They may have insight we don't know we need. This is a cooperative exploration and sharing of what works and what doesn't.
There are so many youth wanting change. As teenagers, we have been frustrated on not having the ability to do something when we know change has to happen now. School gives no practical answers.
The root of the problem is all of us. Fundamentally, we must change, and we know it is as simple as a seed,
Water,
soil,
And sunshine.